It's really beautiful. There you go.
So cool.
The same photographer did the photograph of the new dress, and it's on Facebook. I don't have a print of it, but she looks like a Disney princess. It's really pretty. So those are the only ones that I have. I have a bunch of them in my closet back here, but they're kind of ready for trash, although I'm going to do a big photo shoot with me sitting in the middle of them. So I have a bunch of them kind of stored back here.
Wait, you throw away some of the dresses when they're like...
Never thrown any away, but I recycle them, but see, they're kind of old and worn out. So I think I have a photographer, and we're just going to do a photo shoot with me, and then like kind of an artist photo shoot, and I'll have them on the floor, and I'll be sitting in the pile of the dresses or something. I don't know, that's the plan.
My friend wants me to tell you that she claims to be a model, and she wants to wear one of your dresses.
How tall is she?
How tall are you?
5'3".
Like 5'3".
She's a little tiny.
Now she's raising it.
You could always make a dress to fit her too. Is she the one that's gonna model for you?
Yeah, she wants to.
Well, if you guys need any help while you're working on the dress, give me a call or.
It seems so complicated. It seems so complicated to make them. Like, you say that one's easy behind you, but it looks so hard.
That's good. That's good that it looks hard. It makes people think I work harder. It's not. I think the trick is start with the bodice. Just start with the top and decide, maybe do some sketches and decide how you want it to look. I look at inspiration. I look at all the couture designers, like, the Christian Dior couture runway shows. You can see them on style.com. You can look at those and look at some of their beautiful gowns and how the fabric flows, and then figure, like, how can I do that with paper? Or how can I relate that to the shapes? And maybe do a sketch of the shape of your dress. And then just work on that. Just start with the top and make it beautiful. And then do the skirt.
How long does it take you to cut all of the pieces?
I'm really fast cutter. I don't cut like this. I cut like this. Down here. I'm grabbing a piece of rubber. I cut like this. Oops. So I cut versus like this. Because it makes a smoother cut.
Oh my god.
See? You can also use an X-Acto. See, then you have this beautiful shape.
Do you need like certain scissors to cut them, or do you just use any type of scissors?
Whiskers, I use any type of scissors. Make sure they're sharp. That helps. But
do you have any
sometimes I'll sit down in front of the TV and I'll just have a pile of paper and I'll just cut shapes and just get a stack of all my shapes ready. But the other thing that helps with the skirts, when you're making the skirt, if you want to bulk it out faster, take the paper here, side of my table here, and just run it down the side, and then it curls it.
Oh my gosh, it does.
That's a quick curl, and then you can flip it over to the other side, and then you have this beautiful S shape.
That's so cool.
And then it helps pick out the skirt.
Do you think we'd be able to make a dress by January 14th?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Just get your top done, like you said. Figure it out. Work on the front first. Get this part done, because that's the most visual. And then just finish out the back. You want to make sure that your back has some overlapping. And sometimes I glue the girl inside if I need to. And then rip it open when she's ready to get out. Once your top is done, then get your friends to come help you.
Okay.
Yeah, have them cut paper and...
They're just already running downstairs to get scissors, and we don't have any paper yet, so...
Your paper's important. Go find something good, wrapping paper, whatever, but make it a little thicker so that it will not tear so easy. The hard thing with the Vogue magazines is the paper's so soft and thin, it didn't wear as well. So I like a paper that's a little bit hardier.
So is it like, would it be better if we use like wallpaper or wrapping paper?
Yeah, maybe some thicker wrapping paper. I mean, not like super, super thin wrapping paper. Wallpaper could work. It's going to be a bit stiffer. What else? Even crafting paper, like if you go to the craft store, that might be a little more expensive though. It depends on the look you want. You know,
Yeah,
are you wanting a solid color dress, or you want it to have a pattern on it?
Pattern. Yeah, I think we're gonna do pattern.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe you can find a pretty wrapping paper that you can find. Yeah, everybody asks me. They say, "Where do you get your paper?" But I just print it all. I just use, you know, like not a cardstock, but a nice heavier printer paper, and then just print it. That takes a lot of ink, so you probably don't want to do that.
So you had like a lot of art backup before you started doing all of the paper dresses?
Yeah, I've been a graphic designer and an art director for how long now? 24 years. So I've been doing it for a while. But even when I was your age, I was doing art and gluing and cutting, and I made all my paper dolls and sewing. This is just kind of what I do. But you guys can do this. You can.
Yeah, we hope.
And if you get stuck, send me an email or something. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The only thing is, like, that's why we have, because it wasn't really a partner project, but we made it a partner project by making the dress. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I think you guys could do it. I think the thing that might make it easier for you to do the dress, instead of using bigger pieces of paper for the top, think smaller, because that way you can layer and it will shape better. The bigger the paper, the more awkward you're going to be to try and get the curves.
So
that's why I said this one was easy, because it's a lot of little pieces of paper. And so all I did was kind of layer them on top of each other. So it almost has kind of a fish scale look to it.
Yeah.
Or feathers, you know, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you start, you know, maybe, I think I kind of started more on the top and worked out, but I kind of tucked them under as I went. So I only glued the top parts, and then I tucked them as I went out. So smaller pieces of paper are going to be more manageable.
You guys have any questions? What do you want to ask, Molly? What do you want to ask? I'll ask it.
Nothing.
What were you going to say? Tell me.
I like the way our walls match. You guys have it too. So do I.
Yeah. Sydney, do you have any? They're all very shy. Like,
how many people are there? How many
Four.
Four.
In Canada.
What's the biggest show that you've done? Like a runway show or anything?
Yeah. There's been several. My very first show that I did, I had about 600 people there. It was a sold out, house. And then I also did Portland Fashion Week, which I loved the setting on that. I don't know. It had a really beautiful, it looked like New York. I mean, it was gorgeous. And then I've done some shows that were probably a couple hundred people. You know, so it was a smaller venue. So I'd probably say my first one was the biggest. I'll do a big, huge one again.
Yeah, you should come to New York. We can drive up there. Yeah.
There you go. Hopefully New York soon, someday. It's a lot of fun.
You should go on Project Runway. That'd be so cool.
That's what everybody tells me. I'll let you know if you make it on, huh?
I watched that show. It's a good show.
It's a good show, yeah. I would be afraid.
You can too, though.
So cool.
Can you vote on Project Runway, or is it just like the judges?
No, the judges do. Did you know that the last two people who won have been from Portland, Oregon?
I didn't know that. Really?
The girl, I think the girl who just won is from Portland. I didn't watch it this year, but what's his name? The guy with the really dark hair and painted nails. Why am I forgetting his name? Yeah, he won. He won last year.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember his name either. Seth?
And then Seth Aaron. There we go. And then there was Leanne from about 5 seasons ago, and she was from Portland. She's the one that did all the really folded type design. So far, 3 people from Portland.
You can make it 4.
If I go on, they're going to say, I'm sorry, we have enough Portland people, you can't come.
No. Okay,